Welcome, everyone. I am Metatron Montez, and today we are going to be speaking on
Head east on Thompson
the purpose
Street
of
toward
life.
Masonic Street. Take the next left onto
Sorry about that. That's my GPS going off here. But we're going to be talking on the purpose of life. Why are you here? What am I doing here? And what am I going to, where am I going? So this is a question that a lot of Muslims, Christians, Jews, and other religions around the world, their followers, these are the questions that their religion is supposed to be teaching them. Although you find violence among them all, you'll find the corporate top of the leadership of each of these movements of Christianity and Muslims, Islam I should say, and Jews, and Christians alike. All of them come together in a sense of I am right and you are wrong, and therefore I need to bring you to submission, to bring you into my religion or my belief system, my belief in my God. And again, this goes into playing because their scriptures are read from an intellectual point of view rather from a psychological point of view, or shall I say a spiritual point of view, the spiritual nature of the written scriptures. So there are scriptures that say, hey, let's go and we're going to conquer this people over here. We're going to kill them and conquer them. In the scripture, so if you're reading that on the surface, you have the idea, I need to subdue my world. And therefore, I'm going to take my army and go conquer those people over there because that's what my scripture said to do. And make them believe and force them to believe and says something that I believe in because I'm right. And so we get into all these wars and battles, and this is the battle of humanity, the battle of ideas, the battle of thoughts, the battle of gods. And it is frightening for a lot of people to visit certain countries that are outside of their culture. For instance, the West goes to the East, or the East goes to the, vice versa. And you're battling ideas of religion. You're battling ideas of gods. You're battling ideas and thoughts that I am better than you because what I believe in. Rather than asking the question, why are you different than I am? What is it that you believe in that I don't that makes you better? And so, but there's a lot of these questions. So I in this small session of this lesson on who you are, how you got here in the first place, and where you're going at, and what you're supposed to be doing. And so if I can tell you and share with you this beautiful, beautiful drama of scripture from the Bible, because I don't know the Quran like the Islams know their Quran. But if I can share with you the enlightened awakening of those scriptures within my own being and how they unfolded in me, I'm able to share with you an understanding that most Christians, theologians, psychologists are not going to tell you. Because they are still approaching life or the scriptures of which the life of which they speak from an intellectual point of view, from a natural point of view. But coming from an enlightened being such as myself, I'm able to explain to you I may not have the perfect speech as a professor, or that's not in my lingo. I can't speak like a professor can. I'm not an orator, but I can explain things with my own natural ability to speak. My background of my human ability to communicate with my tongue. I know I don't know multiple languages in a sense fluently. I can speak some, but I can't speak them fluently. And so what I'm sharing here with you, I would like to open up some of the drama of Scripture. I may have to break this up in multiple sessions, but the question is, how did I get here? So I heard an Islamic man give an example to two Christians, theologians, or shall I say psychologists, masters of their beliefs, masters of their ideologies. They teach. They have a great following. They're supposed to be very high in the Western world in their career, in their doctors. They're not doctors that do surgery, but doctorates. They have this degree of certainty of what they teach. And so he asked them, if you were stuck in a boat and you went to sleep one night and you went to sleep on your bed, and all of a sudden you woke up and you're on this boat, and there are several others with you on this boat in the middle of the ocean. The first question is that he would ask is, how did I get here? My first question would be, it's a dream. You woke up. You went to sleep on your bed, and you woke up on a boat. When you opened your eyes, you're on a boat. You don't know how you got there. And so you begin to ask, how did I get here? Well, the insight of Scripture, Psalms 82, begins to talk about this. And it talks about God taking his seat in the divine society, or the divine council. And the Scripture says God counsels with his own will. And so when I ever mention God, I am making reference to divine consciousness. And the Scriptures unveil this as if it was a drama, some sort of drama. And so that man can understand, or help them understand, God or consciousness or spirituality or some kind of principle, spiritual principle, they tell a story or a parable. Many of the Scriptures do it like this. And so God takes his seat among the divine society, his offspring. And his offspring are his children, or his sons, because they are his offspring. They came out from God, or they came out from consciousness, and anything that comes out from consciousness is its offspring. And so he is, sorry. Yeah, it's not the best holder here. But so his offspring are all of his thoughts, his conceptions. And so he is able to bring to light and have a conversation with them. And this is how Psalms 82 unfolds. And God takes his seat among the divine society, or among the divine council. And he says, ye are gods, but nonetheless you shall die like men and fall as one man. And so Man in the scriptures represents manifestation. So manifestation, you shall die like men, meaning that which is being created and manifested, and so that it can be seen. Basically, there is a seen world and an unseen world, and in the seen world, that's where everything goes to die, but also everything goes there to learn. And so he said, you shall die like men. You shall die like everything else dies in the manifested world. But when things die in the world, they always regenerate. Trees drop seeds and they regenerate. Plants die and they regenerate. Everything dies and regenerates here in this physical world of existence. The manifestation, the manifested world. And so you shall die like men and fall as one man. So this one consciousness, so this one understanding of this divine consciousness is telling his conceptions, all of his thoughts that he's having. He says, listen, you are going to die like men. You are gods. I'm telling you, you are gods. So this is a story before manifestation. But you're going to all descend into humanity, into the manifestation. So you're going to be manifested. You're going to get a body. You're going into the physical world. And so this was a choice, and it wasn't because of sin. And it wasn't because of disobedience, in the sense of it was a mistake. And it is disobedience, but there's a reason for that. But it wasn't a mistake. It was actually a choice. Consciousness, the way consciousness expands is that it has a conception of something and thinks of something and has an idea. And therefore, to allow the fruition for the idea to grow and to experience, it's dropped into the physical world of manifestation, the world of man, which we call man, generically, man and woman. But man means manifestation. And so, consciousness continues to expand, and it drops its conceptions or its offspring into humanity or into man, manifestation. And it is here on this level where it goes to play and to expand on that conception so that it grows and experiences that idea. So if consciousness has a thought or conception, it wants to know what that idea, although it knows the end result, it must go to experience it in the manifested world in order for it to learn and have life of itself. The thoughts are always stuck with consciousness until they are dropped. And I think the right word is to be individualized. For a conception of consciousness to be individualized and to grow, it must be separated. It must now go out from the Father or from its source, which is consciousness, and it must leave its Father so that it can grow it out of its own idea now, for that idea to now become a tree and it grow fruit and it become fruitful and blissful and expand. So this idea of how I got here was a deliberate choice that was made in the beginning. You are here for a reason. And the body that you're in is not the first body that you're in. You've been here many times, just like a tree. It gets to a certain age and then it will die off, but it regenerates. Okay? And so this was a choice. You didn't do anything wrong to get here. No. Consciousness, your Father sent you here so that you can grow. This is the world of educated darkness. You are here to grow and expand who you are, who your Father sent you to be in this world. He had an idea, and it was you. You're his idea. And you're sent here to grow and to expand. But he always places a plan within you. So although you are sent here to grow and to learn as if it was a school, there is a plan inside of you to bring you back home. And when that plan erupts, that plan is Jesus Christ. But that's this biblical story. But it is a plan. Jesus Christ is a plan in you. And when that plan erupts, these series of events happen in your life. But what got you here, we're trying to answer the question, why am I here? How did I get here? Well, you got here because it was a deliberate choice. And so there is a scripture, it says this. It says that God has co-signed all to disobedience, so that in the end he may have mercy upon all. And we're going into 16 minutes now. We're going to have to close this down because we can get very long, and but we're going to try to break this up in sections. So the reason you are here is because your Father, or your source, consciousness, had a conception, had an idea, and you are that idea. And you're sent here to expand on that idea, to grow and to educate and to experience. This is the world of experience, the world of educated darkness. And you're here, and you're here perfectly. And you're going to take that idea and you're going to build on it and become individualized. And that is how consciousness continues to grow. Is it has ideas, it drops them to the earth. You are the earth, where it goes to die and bring forth life, or bring forth that idea into an expanded form. All right, I love you, bless you. We'll talk more on this on another level on our next video. Peace out.